Welcome. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, a lot of energy, a lot of intensity, just a lot. A lot. Hello, hi. Okay, anyways, let's get started. I asked what this conversation was going to be about. What I heard is soul is speaking. So for many of us, there's a conversation taking place that we are largely unaware of, and it's a conversation between the self and the soul. It's something intense. There is an intensity that's occurring right now in the energies. There is a pushing, and a pushing back that's happening. So let's hop right into it. Okay. Let's hop right into it. I do expect this reading to be very intense. I expect it to be the type of reading that is going to give us a completely different awareness, a different level of awareness, and a different degree of perspective. Like something is needing to shift. And if we can get it to shift through conversation, then you don't have to experience there's a lot of parasitic stuff happening. It's frustrating. I'm not even gonna lie. It's frustrating. There's a lot of parasitic stuff that's happening, and this parasitic stuff is definitely needing to be allowed to do what it's supposed to do, which is push you into a different point of view at this point, seeing yourself and your life in a different way. But it's also gonna be very difficult. It's gonna be something that's going to really, really push adversity, internalized adversity, as well as mirroring of that outside of you. For some reason, I feel like I have to wear my little hat for my little head. Okay, so there's a mirroring that's happening. There's an increase in the degree of adversity that we might be experiencing. Soul is trying to speak to us to let us know what are the things we need to be aware of. So let's see. Okay. All right. That makes sense. Okay. All righty. So breathe deep and slow, guys. A lot of what's needing to happen, it's already initiated. Okay. A lot of what's needing to happen is definitely already initiated. And whatever it is, it's going to begin the process of completely changing the path that you take through your life. So first and foremost, balance and reverse. This is telling me that for many, many, many people, as part of your natural process, you're going to experience some type of event that's going to make you feel very off balance. I even hear the phrase off put. This is going to be something that you don't like. I don't know what, but this is going to be something you don't like, and it's going to be something that you don't start. This is not something that is necessarily like your fault. You get what I'm saying? It's not a your fault type of circumstance. I think we need to make sure we begin really stepping away from the need for blame, like blaming someone else, blaming yourself. We need to step away from blame and move consciously towards accountability, taking ownership of your actions instead of, well, I didn't do anything. We need to be more like, was there something that I could have done different that would have produced a different result that is more beneficial and maybe something that I would prefer? The outcome, it would produce an outcome that is preferred, right? A lot of people are unable and unwilling to do that. The whole accountability thing. If you can't take accountability, the likelihood of parasitic breach, the likelihood of being very negatively impacted by something parasitic in nature, it increases tremendously. I've said this for so many years. So many years. There's this thing that I've observed in thousands of people. This thing of like, if you can't own what you did that got you to where you are, it doesn't mean you don't know. You often know. People have an awareness of what they're doing. They might not have a full awareness, but they absolutely have some degree of awareness. I think it's more of oftentimes what I see in certain types of characters are this refusal to allow themselves to accept they really are co-creating specific types of circumstance that brings unhappiness and dissatisfaction in their life, right? It becomes a thing where it's like, no, it's someone else, it's their fault, it's their fault, it's their fault. And now is not the time to do that. Now really is a time for you to begin recognizing, like consciously recognizing, if that is one of your behavioral patterns, your chosen coping mechanism when faced with a difficult circumstance. Doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't. A lot of people do this, and they obscure the reality of their behavioral patterns from themselves, right? They come up with reasonings as to why they did this, why they did that, to kind of remove the ownership of how they are co-creating what it is they don't want to happen. If you can recognize when you're doing this and halt that, stop doing that, right? And no, you don't have to announce anywhere like, oh my gosh, I was doing this toxic thing that was creating toxic circumstance for me. You don't have to do any of that. All you have to do is stop doing what you recognize is toxic for you. Then what can happen is you can begin really moving powerfully and intentionally through your life. This is a period where there's going to be tremendous shakeup on every single level of existence. The ones who will be the most shook are the ones who are not holding on to the reality of what experience they are creating. You have to be willing to be honest with yourself about what you are choosing and whether what you're choosing is creating undesirable experiences that are undesirable for you. What you like might not be what other people think is desirable. That's okay. That's okay. That's fine. You don't have to like what other people like. But here's the thing. If you like something, but aren't honest with yourself about what you like, and instead are trying to convince yourself that, oh, you don't like that, you don't like that, you don't like that because other people are saying you shouldn't like that, it's going to create a war inside of you. There's already going to be tremendous conflict outside of you in the next, it's already starting. Let's be honest. Things have begun. They have begun. It's going to be what it's going to be for the collective. And you get to choose what you are going to have as an experience for yourself. You have that type of authority. You have authority over yourself and how you'll experience this period of transition into a different type of societal existence. we have to be very aware of what we're choosing. I can't emphasize that enough. I cannot emphasize that enough. I have a degree of awareness of some of the types of difficulties, some of the different types of adversity that's already being initiated. And it makes me feel like I just want to kind of mother hen all of you, just kind of bring you all close to me, put my wings over you, and just like cluck, 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 cluck. Just bring us all back to the nest and, just have some quiet time, weather the storm that's brewing. I'm being told to say it begins in the Atlantic. I don't know what that means. I have some degree of idea of what that means, but I am not allowed to further expound. I'm just not. So there's a manifestation taking place, right? As long as we choose what we will allow our energy to be used for, what we will allow our energy to bring to manifest form, we stand a chance of experiencing something that maybe just be a little bit inconvenient, but not downright destructive internally and externally. But this is something that we have to choose, right? For ourselves, for others, not wanting to allow our energy to be harvested and utilized to fuel certain types of events that are very much fear-based, reactive. This reactivity, there's frequencies that have been being pushed through the collective. It's used to hyperstimulate the amygdala, the hypothalamus, the hippocampus is being hypostimulated. You're not realizing the types of experiences you've had in the past that are very similar. You're not remembering, right? You're not realizing that this is very, very similar to experiences you've had in the past. The feelings, the type of triggering, this is all part of your history. If your hypothalamus is being very much discombobulated, it's like a scrambler type thing. The neural impulse, the bioelectricity that's shooting through, it's a form of communication that your brain uses, is not able to get to where it needs to be. And if it can't be run through to the hippocampus, and the hippocampus is being hypo-stimulated, meaning it's not quite functioning in the way it's meant to function, what's happening? You're not able to recall why this feeling, this unease feels so familiar. It's like this very odd feeling, the calm before the storm. Have you guys been feeling that? This calm before the storm. Like you're kind of just floating along in life, but something feels really just odd. You can't quite place it though, right? You can't quite place it. You don't know what the heck's going on. Something feels off, but nothing off is happening. At least not yet. Are you imagining this? Are you kind of just tripping? Are you, like, what is it? What is it? What is it? Have you been finding that you are more reactive to other people's behaviors, behaviors of entitlement, behaviors that are very much communicating that whoever it is you're interacting with or trying to interact with you is someone who's completely disregarding all these other factors, someone who's not reading the room, someone who's really just thinking of themselves. Something is off. You don't know what. Is it you? Or is it the world? Is it you? I don't know. I'm kind of inclined to say for most of you that it's not you. You're picking up on something. You're picking up on what is being primed. In order for a manifestation to take place, there's a priming that needs to happen. That priming is intended to get enough humans to begin thinking about specific types of events, specific types of emotional experiences. That's what's happening right now. That is what's happening right now. There are many, many stories being pushed out there, especially on TikTok. And these stories are meant to try and trigger a specific aspect of you, your soul history, your earlier life history, things that you don't want to look at, things that maybe were very traumatic when they happened. So you don't want to go back there. You're avoiding it. I think you need to find the courage to look at every aspect of yourself in your life right now so that you can really pay attention to the ways in which your thoughts, even your bodily processes, your experience, it's very much being externally controlled. Do you guys feel kind of like a sense of irritation right now? It's just kind of like this low grade agitation. You don't quite know what it is. Like, do you just need to eat? Did you not sleep enough? You don't quite know. You've been irritated all day. You've been, trying to fight being in a triggered state. Are you noticing these types of experiences, especially today? Are you noticing spikes in your mood, like a big up, like, oh, I suddenly feel super productive. And then as you're enjoying that and fully entering into that, like, boof, just really slam down. And now you're kind of like, it's kind of like emotional blue balls. I know that's totally, but I don't know how else to put it. Like experiencing some degree of emotional blue balls. Like you feel like, yes, things are turning around. And then suddenly, yeah, that's you fighting the frequencies that are inaudible. You can't hear it. There's technology that allows for frequencies to be broadcast at extremely low levels. Hmm. Yeah. It's creating a tension inside the body. This tension is based on fluctuations in your emotion. And as your emotions fluctuate, your ability to stabilize becomes compromised. The more you allow the fluctuations, the harder it will be to restabilize yourself. This is called parasitic thought dysregulation. It's a subject matter that I've taught in my academy, parasitic thought dysregulation. Maybe I'll make a video on it and we can go deep into the concept of it. And you'll be able to see how you've been heavily, heavily, heavily commandeered, and your thoughts, your mental state, your mental plane of existence, emotional plane of existence is being terraformed without your consent. That is a big no-no. That is a huge no-no, right? This is to create enough disharmony that by summer, most of us, critical mass levels will be upside down in our perception, in our existence. Mm. You guys know there's protests happening that we don't know about? You guys know, for those of you who are also in the good old US of A, that there are protests that are being held on our behalf. Did you guys know that? I haven't been seeing any international content. I haven't been seeing any. The reason I found out about it is because someone in the US was like, oh my gosh, oh, I just found out this was happening in many countries. It's happening in many countries. On our behalf. They're so our brothers and sisters across the ponds. They're pissed on our behalf. While we're just pissed for no reason. We're pissed about things that are a little bit nonsensical, things that are intended to serve as distractions. And I'm not intending to sit here and sound as though I'm attempting to display some air of like superiority, like I got my shit figured out. No, I'm part of that group, like, um I kind of just been floating along. Is it enough to just float along at this point? Should we be asking the questions that we need to ask? Do we even know what questions are needing to be asked? Do we realize what's happening? So, this is something that we're not accustomed to in the United States. Okay. I'm about to tell you guys something extremely difficult for you to hear. For many of you who hear this and you're in the United States, you're probably going to get triggered. Your cognitive dissonance is going to kick in and you're going to be like, this girl is so full of shit. We're the fucking powerhouse. No, the fuck we're not. We're the richest nation. No, the fuck we're not. We're not. So, here, I'm going to tell you for the first time in our history, the world fighting itself, it'll begin with us. We're so accustomed. We are so accustomed to everything being experienced away from us because at some point, some old dude, many, many, many generations ago, at the inception of this country, began talking about manifest destiny. You know what manifest destiny is? This belief that we have a God given, destined right to own all the land from sea to shining sea. And we're not accustomed because we only have Canada up top, Mexico below us. We're not accustomed to other nations and their conflict or conflict with us entering into our space. I've seen so many people on social media the last couple days, people talking about what is it, cute winter boots. I don't even really know what that's about, to be honest. I think I kind of know. I really was kind of just like, I'm not very interested. It has nothing to do with boots, I tell you that much. But here's the thing. One of the last videos I came across is this thing where this guy who has served quite a few tours of duty, he's talking about making sure you're ready for when the threat knocks at our door. Do you want me to be transparent right now? Are you ready to actually hear the reality? There won't be a knock at the door. The phone call is coming from inside the house with us. It's not outside. It's inside. It's been inside. It is inside. It is positioning. It is allowing the agent provocateurs, and some of them are paid. Some of them know the official narrative. They have the script. And quite a few of those agent provocateurs, they don't even need to be paid anymore. They're volunteering because they want to be edgy, right? They want to be edgy. They want to be the one that is giving the edgy information. And so what's happening? They're further promoting the very storyline that we need to believe to be able to be controlled, to be able to be in compliance, because Hegelian dialectic doesn't work if we don't beg for it. Let's just take a deep breath. Let's just take a deep breath. So what do we do? Kind of just cower, because this is such a huge manipulation, coercion, and such a depth of collusion happening across multiple nations. You thought I was going to say multiple politicians. No. You thought I was going to say multiple states. No. Nations. Quite a few. Quite a few. Everything is being positioned. Everything is being moved into place. Everything. If you have been paying attention for the last 25 years, you will see exactly how long they've been playing this game of chess. It's beyond 25 years, but if you've at least been paying attention since 2000, you'll see how they have actively been mobilizing and preparing, stockpiling. And I can't say that in a regular way, because guess what? That gets my content flagged even more. It gets it flagged. Why? Because they think I'm encouraging you to prepare. Let me tell you the reality. If you think the solution is to begin hoarding all sorts of material things, if you don't have the skills, those things that you are hoarding, collecting, the moment someone finds out you have it, they'll take it with force. But I have the yeah. Do you know how to use it? Are you accurate? Are you aware that if you discharge one in a dwelling, you go deaf for quite a few minutes? The reverberation and the acoustics in a home, you discharge that in the home, you are deaf. You are disoriented. That messes with your inner ear. You know why they don't want you to have a shusher? Attach it to the end and you shush it. Because when everything begins, you won't have the appropriate accessories to make sure that you can defend with accuracy and safety. Think about it. for your mask of tools in certain states. They don't want you to have a forward grip on a long barrel. Why? Why is that not allowed? Because if you have a grip on a long barrel, you have less recoil. That means you pull it tight, you're fucking accurate. Point and shoot. You're accurate. Most people don't know how to do a C grip. These people who are passing legislation cannot even explain the difference between a clip and a mag. Those are two different fucking things. Do you want me to tell you the difference? So that you can understand the lack of knowledge, the lack of intelligence for these people who are creating laws that are further diminishing your ability to stand your ground when needed. A magazine is an attachment that you load the pew pew accessories into. And then you insert it and yeah, pop. It's a magazine. Depending on its capacity, that's what's going to determine how many little bubblegum bloops you get to shoot out. Do you know what a clip is? You ever seen Rambo? The movie Rambo. Remember when he had that fully automatic 50 cal, right? It's a ribbon that the munition clips onto. You shooting with a ribbon? No, you're not. That's fucking illegal. Why? Because that's military grade. You can't have that. Unless, of course, you grandfathered that in or you have an FFL. You're not allowed to have that. You're not allowed to have that. These are the people creating the laws. And if you think, oh, I'll just put my headgear in, it's nighttime. Strangers enter your home. It's pitch black. You're disoriented. You think you have time to look for your headgear, put it on, put on your safety glasses. No. No. You know, one time I was at the range and I was shooting long range. I was trying to work on my accuracy at over 100 yards. We were outdoors. So my ear covers, they're the kind that allow you to be able to hear as long as there are no rounds being shot at. You can hear what people are saying. But the moment it detects percussive sounds, it turns off the sound and it protects your ears, right? So I was kind of confused. Because my hearing was kind of weird. I thought maybe it broke because this ear, everything still stayed muffled. Like, well, what's going on? See, I didn't realize as I was adjusting my scope, it just slightly pushed it off my ear. It was still on my ear, but slightly off. So every round that I sent down that range, and I did an entire magazine, my ear was receiving the audible sound. Didn't realize because it was still muffled. I was deaf for the rest of the day in that ear. I was deaf for the rest of the day in that ear. Couldn't hear anything. Are we deaf and blind to the reality of what's happening, what's been happening? There's no one on our side. All we have is each other. There's no organization. There's no officially trained group of anything. Right? None. So what do we need to do? We need to make sure that what it is that's happening is something that we choose, right? What are you choosing? What are you choosing within yourself? What are you allowing? What are you disallowing? Because that's what's going to determine exactly what it is that you're going to experience. That's what's going to determine it. And if you allow yourself to get to a point where you no longer will allow something else outside of you to distort the reality of what you're experiencing, you enter into a space of tremendous power. Tremendous, tremendous, tremendous power. But what will you choose? That's the thing. It has to be a choice. It's not something that will just magically happen. It has to be chosen. It has to be chosen by you. So, what will you choose? I know for me, I'm choosing to give myself permission to choose whatever is appropriate, knowing that in the moment I might not realize, in this moment, I might not realize what will be appropriate for further down the line, but I give myself permission to adjust, to shift in whatever way I need to shift, right? Not being so strict and stringent with how you will approach every single circumstance. There's warehouses that keep tremendous amounts of supplies that they say are low. If anything ever happens, find those places. Don't take from each other. Find where they've hidden the things that we need and then distribute it among the people. That's one way to say fuck you. Actually, look. My my son and my daughter-in-law, they got me this for Christmas. They were like, it's like, I need to have it. And I do. I need to have it. You know what I mean? Because, oh God, I got stuff on my hand. It's like a handful of fucks. It's a handful of fucks. You know what I'm saying? And it just needs to be something where you just stop worrying about the things that are so nonsensical and start allowing yourself to begin developing the skill set that will make you very comfortably not give a fuck about all the fear tactics being played. Okay? Just, I'm saying, like, just don't feed into any of that. Be aware of the different potentialities that are being put into play, but don't fuel those potentials. Enter into your goddess state, a state where you can absolutely be the one creating the experience. You are the one selecting the options. Like, no, I don't think so. I'm not gonna participate in that. No, thank you. Right? Oh, here. This is really powerful. So I was at the gym today. I went to my old gym today. And it was this thing of like, there's this dude that works out there, and I see him look over at me quite often while I work out. I don't think he's checking me out. Relax, everybody. Relax. Not everyone wants me, okay? But he does look over quite often. And the sense that I get is he's like, what the fuck? This girl is fucking savage, right? Because I work out crazy. And so I was doing another workout, and he came up to me today. Once in a great while, he'll come up to me. He came up to me today, and he's like, man, girl, Every time I look over when you're working out, you're doing some new shit I've never seen before. Where are you getting these workouts from? And I was just like, oh, I'm a personal trainer. He goes, ah, but how did you learn this stuff? You listen to your body. That's what I told him. You listen to your body. What he saw me doing, I was on a bench and the back of the bench was partially reclined and the back is facing the cables, right? So I'm straddling it backwards, meaning I'm facing the backrest, which is reclined. I have both my legs on one side, and because it's partially up, whatever leg is in front is I'm going to be tilted. So when I go to do a lat pull, right? It's a high row. Because of the train chain, I know that it creates an X. Your fascia goes from your right shoulder, it goes across your back to your left hip. Because my left leg is up and I'm pulling, that's creating a stretch. How did I learn that? And when you do it that way, that increases the potentiality for hypertrophy. I love it. How did I learn that? Well, because I was extra tired one day and I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. And I just sat down and I was like, you know what, fuck it. I didn't fully back away from it onto the actual seated part. So one ass cheek was on the part that was up, the backrest that was up. And when I reached, I was like, oh, the potential has increased. Why am I telling you this? To kind of let you know that I'm a little gym baddie. I'm not. I'm fluffy. I'm fluffy. I am. No, 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 no. That's not why I'm telling you. I'm telling you because if you pay attention to the underlying theme, it gives you a life hack that you can apply to your life, your circumstance, and you can actually increase the potentiality, not just increase your potential, expand and elevate it as well. There's no reason you have to work twice as hard to gain and earn something you can do with half the effort. Like, stop. Why do you have to do all that? Why do you have to do all that? If you can take the analogy I'm giving you and apply it to your day-to-day life, to your day-to-day circumstance, you can begin moving through these different things, these different types of circumstance that's intended to trip you up, slow down your growth, mess up your perception of yourself in order to get you off the path that is your divine birthright. Not me. I refuse. I will not cooperate for that type of bullshit. Are you kidding me? No, absolutely not. I won't cooperate with that. So what do? Instead, I go ahead and I listen to the message from soul. I read the energy presented to me. And when I read it, I listen and I believe what the energy is telling me, not what the person is telling me, what the energy is telling me. What always amuses me in my line of work is when people think they can tell me some utter fucking bullshit excuse. And because they're so accustomed to lying to everyone in their lives, including themselves, they think they can convince me as well. I know manipulation when I see it, and I don't fucking take it in. I just never have. I'm the type to be like, you fucking liar. Stop lying. No, but for real, be honest now. What's going on? Right? We're being lied to left and right. We are being so heavily lied to left and right. I saw a content creator before I came live on TikTok. I saw a content creator and he's obviously being sarcastic and he's pretending to cry. And he's like, Trump is forcing the Middle East to give us 600 million or billion. I don't even remember. Ooh, he's forcing the Saudis to invest 600 million into us when we're so accustomed to giving every other country money. And I was like, obviously he's being sarcastic, right? He thinks like, finally, this dude is doing so much for us. What did he sell for 600 million or billion or however much they're investing? Did he sell us? What did he sell? Please. No rich person is just going to give that amount of money. There must be something of value that is being received and probably not talked about. So, what did he promise in exchange for that? And I asked this question with my phone right beside my laptop because I'm sure someone is going to figure something out or at least talk about something that they think is unrelated. And then it's going to end up on my FYP. Soul has a way of giving me the answers, and I have a way of recognizing when it does that. And no, I'm not anti-Trump. I'm not pro-Trump. I'm not Democrat. I'm not Republican. I'm not any of those things. I'm just a girl that's sick of being sick of this fucking bullshit game that's being played with us as a collateral damage. There's an intensification that's going to occur. This intensification is going to affect so many of us. So many of us. Here in the United States, don't get that twisted, because some people who are in the United States will hear that and be like, well, they've been fighting in the Middle East for a long time already. So it's like, really, what can we do? Oh, no, babe, I'm talking about us. I'm talking about us. Something has been sold. I'm not sure what. I'm not sure what. Whatever's happening right now, it's intended to stop the shift in human consciousness. That shifting that's happening in our consciousness is intended to unify us. It's something that's supposed to bring us together as a people. They want division. Expect racial baiting to occur. That's not okay. That type of thing is not okay. But it's often used. It's often used. So, what type of bait will they use? I don't know. Use your imagination, because they do. And it's a funny thing because even as crazy as it sounds, so many will jump on that trend. They'll participate in it. People will attack people, and then our ability to unify is gone. It's gone. I think this time around, we need to not. We need to not. What does a ruby represent? 1 second. Do any of you know what a ruby represents in mythology? Okay, let's see. Love, passion, wealth, safety, and rebirth. Rubies are a traditional gift for a July birthday. So there's an event happening in July, right? For 15th and 40th wedding anniversaries. What happened 40 years ago? There's something that happened that married two things that are separate, brought them in as one in a cloaked manner. That's what all of this is standing on. Hold on. There is telling you soul is talking. It's giving us information. If you can decipher what this means, oh my God, I just found a new girl crush. This girl's legs are fucking massive. I downloaded her videos so that I can like watch them when I'm feeling like I'm not going to work out. I'd be like, all right, girlfriend, I'll go to the gym today. Okay. So let's see. Fire on ruby mountain top, tides of fury flowing, ebbing, mists of malice whirling, wending, veil of nothing never ending, dare not seek what lurketh down beneath. Hold on. Let me get the lyrics, the full lyrics. Where did it go? Oh, here. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me find the actual link that I had searched up on my phone. Here. All right. View spoiler. So let me see the Ascension lyrics. Oh, this is not good. Okay. Let's see. On wings of an angel forsaken, our destinies lie. So one of the fallen, oh, fucking shit. On wings of an angel forsaken, our destinies lie. In courage, conviction through the night, we find our redemption, find our light, that we might make our ascension. So this is telling me that we need to experience the darkness in order to rectify the light blindness that we've been suffering from. Okay. So Teresa says protection and garnet in most crowns, rubies used in lasers. Lasers. That's focused light. Okay. Burden shouldered 7 worlds of teardrops falling to the sea, bitter seeds they're yearning to be. So 7 worlds. This is the 7th reset. We have the antediluvian time. That was one of the resets. The flood, the biblical flood. That was one of the resets. There's been several resets before that. This is the 7th one. Holy Mother, set us free, strike our irons, be our solace, temperance, virtue, vengeance, firmament over us, fundament neath us. Who's the mother? They're talking about Lilith. Do they, Teresa, do you know if they use lasers to do digging, drilling? Are lasers used for drilling? Fucking shit. Rock drilling. In the Atlantic, they're drilling something. They're drilling something. They're using lasers, and there is a confinement. 7 worlds of teardrops falling to the sea, bitter seeds they're yearning to be. They're yearning to be free. Holy Mother, set us free, strike our irons. They're using Lilith to release. another set of fallen ones who have been bound by iron. Hold on. This motherfucker is throwing my packages. I'm about to... Whoa, what the hell is all that? I didn't buy that, did I? Just hello boxes. Just gonna turn that camera off. My husband's gonna be like, you don't want to keep buying shit. Maybe it's like flour. I don't know. I think it's my flowers. My different types of paleo flowers. Okay, anyways. So Holy Mother, set us free, strike our irons, be our solace, temperance, virtue, vengeance. Lilith is the mother of demonic things. Succubus, incubus. Her mate was released during the fires. Samael. He was released. Samael is the angel of death, so you guys know. Okay, firmament over us, fundament neath us, take flight into the starry heavens on high, celestial procession, fire on Ruby Mountain top. Didn't they just burn something else in fucking LA? Was that on a mountaintop? New LA fire. Worst of SoCal, rainstorm on the way. The Hughes fire, is that on a mountaintop? This is some fucked up shit, I'm telling you. Celestial procession. So they need to have all of these things done before us or during a celestial procession. So if you guys follow moon stuff, planetary alignment stuff, start commenting. Let your girl know so we can piece this together. To guide us to the word of goddess. Fire on Ruby Mountaintop to guide us to the word of goddess. LA is for the Lady of La Porciuncula something. Hold on. Full name for Los Angeles. I learned this when I was in college. El pueblo de Nuestra Señora, la Reina de Los Ángeles del Río Porciuncula. What does it mean again? The town of Our Lady, the Queen of the Angels of the River, Porciuncula. What does that word mean? Little portion. Assisi, Italy, where St. Francis began his order. What did St. Francis of Assisi do? I know he liked animals. Oh no. He was a mystic. He was a mystic. Motherfucker, were you talking to demons? Was you talking to demons while preaching? Hold up. Okay, hold on. I want to know what you really were. I don't want to know your official story. What were the creatures you were loving on? Okay, okay. What did he tell you to do? Okay, what did God tell St. Francis to do? Repair my house, which, as you can see, has fallen into ruin. Was that really Jesus? Or were you talking to a melty face? What were his 3 miracles? Oh, he suffered from the stigmata. He raised many from the dead. He's saved from shipwrecks. He's saved from chains and dungeons. Sir, sir, this is not reading quite right. What were his last words? Let's see what he had to say. I have done my duty. This is not sitting right with me. This is just not. For some reason, he was a wealthy young man of privilege, served as a soldier, and was a prisoner of war. He heard God's call and went on to be one of the most venerated Catholic saints. He designed the first living nativity set and was the first man ever recorded to receive the stigmata. Okay, listen. Maybe you were being crucified. Listen, I'm sorry, Francis. I'm sorry. Francis, your story is not sitting right with me. Something's wrong here. Something is wrong here. Okay, be praised, O Lord, for our sister death. On his deathbed, he said over and over again, the last addition to his Canticle of the Sun, be praised, O Lord, for our sister death. He sang Psalm 141. You know a lot of witches use Psalms, right? Hoodoo voodoo Psalms. Psalms is a book of spells. I'm telling y'all something ain't sitting right. And at the end asked his superior to have his clothes removed when the last hour came and permission to expire lying naked on the earth. I'm going to just leave that alone. I have my opinions. I have my opinions of whatever is whatever. Okay. Didn't you say over the summer that the tornado near Florida brought out some other demon? Yes, Baal. He's the weather guy. He's the one that's worshipped in the music industry. He is, yeah. When people claim they're the chosen, they number themselves among the chosen. They are actually unknowingly proclaiming allegiance to Baal. Yeah. Right, on show? It's like not like what the fuck? Hold on. Let me see what Psalm 141. See, here's the thing. He says, "Be praised, O Lord, for our sister death." Samael is the he's the angel of death. These angels are asexual. Lord, I cry unto thee, make haste unto me. Give ear unto my voice when I cry unto thee. He's offering something. Oh my fucking God. Let me not look further into this because this is really fucking up my whole childhood. I really like St. Francis of Assisi. I'm not even joking. I really like St. Francis of Assisi because of the fact that I love animals. And now it's just, it's fucking up my whole perception of everything. Okay. Canticle of the Sun. See, why? The sun is raw. This is so not right. This is so not right. And he's listed as a mystic. So he knows the sun and sun worship. From the time he comes from, this is common knowledge for those who are mystics. Plus, he comes from wealth. He says, "Praise be my Lord God with all creatures, and especially our brother the sun, which brings us the day and the light. Fair is he and shining with a very great splendor. O Lord, he signifies you to us." That's like sun worship. I want to leave that alone. I'm literally, I'm going to leave that alone because that's like, exactly, Teresa. It's very, very reminiscent of some Aleister Crowley stuff. Yeah. Yeah. No, they call him a mystic. That means he's into magic. During those times, if you're classified as a mystic, you're not some tarot card reader. You're not just like doing some channeling of alien stuff. A mystic is a very particular term that meant very particular things during that period. So, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Uh-uh, 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 uh-uh. I'm gonna leave that alone because I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I'm just gonna leave that alone. I think it goes beyond Freemasonry. I think this goes into Knights Templar. I think this goes into becoming an adept, not just an initiate. For those who don't know these terms, when you use the term mystic, you're tying into these things. You're tying into the Kybalion. You're tying into Aleister Crowley's work, and his work is based on even older work. You're tying into Thoth, the great deceiver, the rejected one, excommunicated from the Anunnaki. He was the great deceiver, presented as a feathered serpent, speaking with a forked tongue, hunted before all others. This is bad shit. Rediscovery, this is something that is already known. It's already known. Yep, Golden Dawn stuff, Keys of Solomon stuff. Did you guys know I came across this very interesting information recently? What is that book? Who's the guy that made a version of the Bible? King James. Yeah. Was it King James? Yes, him, him, him. He made a book on witchcraft 14 years before he went ahead and did his interpretation of Bible scripture. I've read the Kybalion too. I don't know that it's necessarily bad, but the root of it, the source that it comes from, is a deceiver source. So with the Kybalion, it's actually stolen. I don't know if you'll find this information online. It's actually stolen from some of the tenets of the Blu-ray Code of Bushido. I know I use the term Bushido, but that's for us modern humans, that's associated with feudal Japan. It's like a celestial code of Bushido. And that's where they borrowed it from. Most of that. Toth stole it. He's the great thief. He goes by many names. Jehuti, Quetzalcoatl, Kukulkan. He got booted from many, many places. He's the reason the Mayans had to take asylum. They had to take asylum inner earth with the Lemurians. He was going to harvest their energies using the pyramids. He was going to harvest their energies. He is part of many of the resets. Every reset, it's primed by his attempt at a spiritual coup d'etat. He's the worst of the worst. The worst of the worst. He is always the seed sower of malignancy. He is the one who corrupted Atlantis. He corrupted Atlanteans. He created the war between Lemuria and Atlantis. It was him. He was at the root of it. Yeah. So don't get me started on that motherfucker. Don't get me started on that motherfucker. Just don't. My soul has a long history with that motherfucker. I can't see him in a room. To throw some elbows. Okay, heat. They're trying to create a coldness between all of us. And this coldness needs to be something that you temper. You don't need to like be all lovey-dovey with everyone, right? You can believe those stories are all metaphors, but quite a few of them are very literal. Quite a few of them are very, very literal. Yes. Yes. I know there's a school of thought that thinks all of these things are metaphors. That's a Thothian. Um, that's a Thothian campaign. It's to further convolute the history that sometimes is allowed to return back because some humans are born with their memories intact. I happen to be one of them. I happen to be one of them. I have quite a few of my memories left intact. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I see what you wrote. You were practicing Christianity and had a spontaneous Kundalini awakening. You also wrote that stigmata is caused by spontaneous Kundalini awakening. Did you know that when you have stigmata, it's because your energetic structures are broken? It's broken. It's not holding in the energetic channels that are intended to be able to harness that degree of frequency. And so it's damaging your physicality. Okay. This is something that I haven't shared publicly before. I was also experiencing some degree of stigmata, but I would always correct it before it actually began to bleed. So it would only blister my skin. You see, as much as you think you know, as I said, many of my previous existence memories are left intact. Do you know that? That you needed to fix that, not just be amused by the fact that the energy being run through your system is not being properly handled by your system. You're 54 and healthy, look young. I'm not far behind. I'm only a few years younger than you. Right? How old do you think I am? I mean, I've already spilled the beans. I'm only a few years younger than you. I bet you thought I was a different age than I actually am. You see, when you sit and listen so that you could try and find a way to leverage information you think you have, you then close yourself to the gift that symposium gives both of us. Symposium, not preaching to me. A lot of the information that people receive, that they find, especially online, that's corrupted information. How do I know this? Because I read it somewhere? No, because I remember. I remember. I have very, very distinct memories about when that corruption occurred. It was in Kemet. It involved Thoth. And involved the very predatory, apex predatory species that's attempting another coup d'etat, hence the reset we've entered into. We've entered into this reset several years back. We entered into the event horizon 7 years back. 7 years back. There was a secondary event horizon. We've entered into that as well. Ready but waiting. Some people think they're ready, but they're not. They're not ready to receive the reality of the convolution that's happened so much. So much. So much. So, what needs to happen? We need to allow ourselves to recognize the ways in which we need to fortify ourselves, because there's an attempt to really pull energy, pull your attention, distract you, derail you, cause you to enter into a space where you are willing to experience a heightened intensification of self abnegation. Self abnegation. So, what needs to happen? You need to begin receiving yourself, embracing yourself, accepting what it is that needs to happen for you to fall deeper in love with yourself. Because really, there's no greater thing, there's no more powerful thing than love. And here's the thing, people think that love will cause us to soften. I don't know about y'all, but if you mess with something I love, there will be absolute hell to pay. You will experience a degree of motherfucking wrath that you didn't think a human was capable of. I don't say that proudly. So love yourself. Stand up for yourself. Allow yourself to begin being part of the group that you protect. I think for many of us, we're so passionate about protecting and speaking up for specific groups of people, right? Maybe our friends, maybe our biological family, maybe we're passionate about animals, maybe we're passionate about, I don't know, knitting. I don't know, whatever you're passionate about, right? If you begin allowing yourself to be part of that group, then you begin to no longer allow the things you've been allowing, the disrespect, the attempts to degrade, the attempts to derail, to confuse, the attempts to try and convert you and your thoughts because someone feels their thoughts are more accurate, more superior than yours. Babe, you can think for yourself. You should think for yourself. You see, people don't realize that I read people's energy and intention even without wanting to. I'm aware. I'm just fucking aware. Constantly aware because of my history. I'm hyper vigilant. And in my hyper vigilance, I'm consistently fucking aware. It doesn't turn off ever. Ever. I'll go through periods where I'll try really, really hard. I'll try really, really, really hard to completely ignore, not receive the message, not allow myself to hear it, to see it, or any of those things, because your girl gets tired of that kind of stuff. Like, I don't want to know all of that. I just want to be. And so people will think that their true intent has not been noticed. Is that the truth, though? Has it not been noticed, or has it not just been acknowledged? What is it? What is it? what needs to happen. I think we need to begin allowing ourselves to be honest with our awareness of people's intentions. And one of the things I can't stand is when someone fails to realize their intention is crystal clear. That covert intention to be presented as the superior intellect, and therefore they are now entitled to impress upon all who are present their personal beliefs, their personal experiences, their personal stance. It's fucking ugly. It's fucking ugly. It just is. And some people might be like, I don't really see anything ugly in the words that were written, in the words that were said. See, that wasn't the ugly part. It was everything that was behind the only things you noticed. Look behind what is being noticed. Look beyond what you've recently been capable to see. At that depth, look beyond it. Aim for slightly past that. If you think you know something, ask, what am I not knowing? What am I not realizing about this thing I'm observing? And I'm not saying ask me, I'm saying ask your soul. I don't have all the answers. I have my personal experiences that are accurate for me and my journey. It doesn't mean it's going to make sense for you, not because you lack intelligence, but because our journeys are different. Our purpose is different. We could experience the same exact event right beside each other at the same exact time and experience it in completely different ways. Neither is more right or more wrong than the other. They're just different. They're just different. Like you could have 10 siblings living in the same house, witnessing the same event, and have it affect each of those 10 siblings in a different way. They eat the same food, they share the same genetics, raised by the same parents, yet they all turn out different from each other. Why? Because of how they receive the information they are given by their soul. The things you experience, the things you witness, that's information being given to you by your soul. I can't tell you how to take that. I'm not supposed to. I can share how I take it and then leave you free to receive clarity from your soul. Meaning your soul will either let you know this resonates with you because this is what I'm trying to tell you, or none of it will make sense. None of it will resonate because your soul is saying, no, that's not what I meant. Like what this person is saying, that's not what I meant. That's how you're taking it, but that's not what I'm saying, right? It's not that my experience for my life and my perception and opinion about my experience for my life is right or wrong. It's your soul is letting you know, this is what I mean. I'm confirming it, or no, this is what you think, but it's not what I'm saying, right? So all of us have our own journeys. We have to have faith in our process. But for many of us, we feel so lost. We feel so confused about the process that we're in that we seek out people to become our gurus. Why? They don't know anything about you. I don't know anything about you. You could share with me as much as you want to share. And people often share a lot with me, but I still, I can't be your guru. I don't, you're the only one that's been present for every single event of this life. Aren't you your own expert? I mean, there are things I can understand. And if I understand something you're needing clarity on. Maybe I can share my understanding, which hopefully will help you better understand what you're not quite grasping about what you're considering. But that's still me just simply sharing my opinion. Like I was talking with a really good friend of mine the other day, and I was talking about biotensegrity because we were like looking at all our books and stuff. And we're talking about biotensegrity, right? And we're also talking about fascia, we're talking about exosomes, mitochondrial things, integrins. We're talking like so much, right? All of this seemingly unrelated hodgepodge information. And then it all comes together. How? Well, for me, it came together in the way that I needed to understand, because right now I'm facing something of a very delicate nature, energetically speaking. And I need to understand how I need to make adjustments in order to create the opportunity for standing scalar wave repatterning that will be of benefit for the circumstance I'm needing to negate. I'll just tell you guys. I'll just tell you. So there's some parasitic shit that's happening, right? It's a really advanced, very, very new. It's just been reintroduced into this template. And all the other types of techniques that normally would work, they're not going to fucking work. It's going to make it worse. So the last few days, I've kind of just been like, what the fuck? That's been my process, right? So now, after that conversation, I'm over here like, biotensegrity is, that's it. That's it. Let me read you a quote. This is like, it's the bee's knees, man. Hold on. I even took pictures. Where is it? Here. Changes in electromagnetic forces, light and auditory emissions, weak biphoton emissions. Hold on. And overall cell expression through mechanosensitive pathways have been observed. Hold on. I'm not going to read you the whole thing. Hold on. My phone is tripping. Okay, here. This element creates a contiguous tensional network supporting the discontinuous elements in space. This tensional element comprises the fascia and other soft tissues. The end result is equilibrium, a stabilization and homeostasis of the overall structure. So the structure needs to be modified. We need to use tensegrities in a way that honors, it has to honor the established etheromechanics. It has to honor that. So how does that work? How does that work? Well, if we look at the body and then we look at the etheric bodies, they're mirrors. Was it my friend telling me all of this? Or was it me telling my friend all of this? Or was it us having symposium? They're reading a completely different book. I'm reading a completely different book. They're talking about, what were they talking about? I forget the terms. Hold on. They sent me pictures. Chromatin. And then I ended up, hold on, like my memory's so bad. Chromatin. And then a picture pops up and it's this thing of like histones, chromatin, chromosomes, and then it suddenly goes into it suddenly goes into tensegrities, it goes into all kind of different types of information. And now, because all of this comes together in a way that my brain is just like boop boop boop, oh, it all goes together, yay! Now I can actually effectively create change that's beneficial to the very groups that are needing this type of thing, right? We'll see this new energetic circumstance. It's difficult to mitigate it from a more physical 3D approach because what's happening is they're actually reverse engineering. So they are creating physical 3D instability, if you catch what I'm saying. And they're using that to reverse the pathway into the fascia, into the chakra, up through the cord, 8 to 9, all the way through. If you see what I'm saying, blissful. So, and if you interfere with that, then it goes into full-blown destruction of your nadi capsule. It has to do with the nadis as well. So now we're talking about the anchoring of 5D and 4D, going through all of that. This shit is so fucked. Let me just my brain has been on hyper overdrive the past several days. So it's really this thing, what I wanted to communicate with you, sharing that, is I wouldn't be able to have the type of quantum computation that's necessary to pull all of this information together and come to specific types of realization, because then it's not enough to just know this information. Now I have to do something with it. Knowledge applied is wisdom. I have to enter into my gnosis. I have to apply the wisdom, put it into action, and protect my students, right? So, how did we get there? Was it because I was lecturing someone? No. Was it because someone was lecturing me? No. It's because we came together as equals who were interested in two separate things. We were reading separate books. We were reading separate books, but we were tying it together because they were having their own set of thoughts and I was having my own set of thoughts, and those thoughts were converging. That point of convergence, when two come together in symposium and allow the information to come together and create a new set of knowledge. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Yes, they've reversed the grid, macro and micro. In addition to grid reversal, they also adjusted the axiotonal spin, the angle of the axiotonal spin. They adjusted the rate, they adjusted the angle. It's fucked, but we'll be okay. I can't do expedites tonight because of this. So fucking sick of that shit. I'm telling you. Restore and replenish. So we get to a point where there's going to be a restoration and a replenishing. But what's going to happen is that proverbial malignant they, intentionally malignant they, malignant, malicious, just fucking diseased motherfuckers. They're going to try and push out energy, healing energy. You guys have to use discernment. You have to use discernment, okay? So what tends to happen when parasitic things are involved is that they will try and insert themselves by doing it first. But they need to wait for you to decide what you're going to do. They need to wait for the collective to decide what they're going to do, what they are going to potentially select. before it can implement something. It's like doing a test run. It's like doing psychological testing just to see the different potentialities, which is the greater likelihood. And I dropped out of statistics. So I don't know how to put it in those terms, but it's using kind of like statistical computation to see what the critical mass will select so that they can go ahead and begin feeding that potentiality. Because if they're feeding that potentiality, bringing it into manifest form, they're now owning that. It's their energy that's dominant. They could be siphoning from many other sources, people, sentient beings, but because they're the one that is pushing that in to that manifestation template, they own that. They are in control of that. And the primary beneficiaries of that maneuvering. You have to be careful during this period. There are things that are coming to life. There are things, benevolent and malevolent, that are coming to life. There are things that need to be allowed to take place. It will be beneficial to all in the end, but as it takes place, we're going to see a lot of inconvenience, a lot of division, a lot of struggle and amplification of your worst case scenario fears. And this is going to be different for all of us, right? It's going to be a lot that's going to be happening, and it's meant to overwhelm you. When you're overwhelmed, for many people, we've learned to simply I just want to get it over with. I just want to be done. I just want to get it over with. Right? So then you're going to be more compliant. You're going to be much easier to coerce. Yeah. So what would my proposed solution be? I would say, hold the fuck up. Quit rushing me. I'm reading right now. I would say with attitude too. It's making me hot. Stop talking to me. You're making me hot. I'm starting to get dizzy. It's hot. Ugh. Yeah, no, I'm starting to get so hot because fucking parasitic shit again. No, I'm not infected, but someone infected has just hopped on thinking their energy is not noticed because they're not commenting. Anyways. Thank you, EB. No, according to me, I didn't say you got it all wrong. I said you believe whatever you want to believe for yourself, but stop trying to force me to agree and co-sign whatever the fuck you're putting in my comments. So if any of the mods want to go ahead and ban that person on TikTok, you go right ahead. You go right ahead. Okay? Something about your energy is just really grating to my fucking soul. I don't know if anyone in your environment has ever told you that you have that type of energy. Thank you, EB. Thank you, Firefly. Thank you, Frey Day. Everyone fucking banned you. Whatever. Okay, anyways. So, y'all, just for clarification, there is a time and a place for all types of conversations. If you want to have a conversation with me where it's an open forum and we're having conversation, beautiful. I will engage if it's something I'm drawn to. If your energy doesn't feel like caca to me, I will engage. Okay? Engage in a healthy way. I will hear you. I will ask you questions. I will share my thoughts. But when you try and hijack the comments to make it all about you, book a fucking session, bro. Book a session. It's very easy. Book a session. You want the knowledge? Book a session. And I mean a personalized set of knowledge that applies to you personally. Like, no, you're not hijacking shit. What do you feel? But it's in reverse. So this is telling me that for many of us, we're already being made to feel the things that we need to feel that are the precursors to the events that we're going to be experiencing. And these events can be very, very beneficial for you. It's going to be scary. It's going to feel intimidating. And the only reason it's going to be scary and intimidating is because this is an option, a pathway you've never allowed yourself to consider before. I think that would be the best way to put it. You've never allowed yourself to consider this before. For example, very easy example, right? Do you have a business idea? It's a really good idea, but no one's ever done it before. So you don't know if it will be successful. You're very passionate about it, obviously, because you've had this idea for quite some time and you can't let it go. You just think about it and think about it and think about it and you can't let it go. Okay, why wouldn't you try it? Well, I mean, what if it failed? But I mean, what if it succeeds? What if it succeeds? Well, but no one's ever done it before. Perfect. Perfect. If it's a tangible good, if it's a some type of utility design or anything else that you can patent, don't tell anyone about it yet. Patent that shit. Trademark it. Officially file the copyright. Protect your intellectual property. Like, go for it. Go for it. Do it. Make it happen. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. You know, the only reason that I did not have that fear, it's a very natural fear, it's a very common fear. I didn't have that fear when I started my company because I thought it was bullshit. I thought what I do is bullshit. I have a very long history of not valuing what I offer others. Very long history of it. I like to say that that's in my history and no longer part of my present, but life will show me how much it's still part of my present here and there, and I can calibrate and adjust that further, right? So for me, I thought this work that I do, the knowledge that I have, people will just think it's bullshit. I mean, I can't prove any of this stuff. I can't prove any of this stuff, right? I mean, I don't know anyone that would be able to help me prove this stuff. So it's just a hobby. It's just this weird shit that I do. And, you know, when people are no longer interested because they're curious due to the newness of me and the things that I talk about, then everyone will kind of just go away. They'll forget about all of this and then I'll slink back into obscurity. That's how I approached it. That's how I saw it. That was back in 2016. I guess it's not bullshit because the things that I thought I couldn't prove, wouldn't you know, I have mountains of medical diagnostics performed by licensed medical professionals verifying the validity of my work. Ain't that some shit? I didn't intend for any of that. It just kind of happened. Right? But I didn't think I would still be publicly visible up to now. Just because you can't value the gravity of you and what you offer doesn't mean it has no value. But I'm sarcastic and I tell jokes. I just make people laugh. Okay, monetize that shit. Monetize it. So you're a comedian. Do you do stand up? Is your comedy something more like pranks? Like how do you present your content? What's your preferred platform? You written jokes? You should write a book. Well, it's not that easy. It's not that hard either. Yeah, it's not that easy, but it's also not that hard. If you want change in your life, if you want to finally have this life that you keep dreaming about, and I absolutely have this theory. It's a theory. I don't know how I'm going to prove it, but it's this theory that all of these dreams and hopes that you have, ooh, that's your soul kind of just like giving you little reminders and hints. Hey, remember, in a few years you're going to be filthy fucking rich, so do the work, write the book, publish the fucking shit. Right? Mhm. Don't be coughing at me. Michael's like, mhm. Okay, I'll stop. Michael says stop. I'll stop. Yeah. Simple isn't always easy, but it's simple, right? Right? Right. They are not exclusive, right? Just because it's simple doesn't mean it's easy. They are not always friends and holding hands, simple and easy. No. It's very simple. What my soul wanted me to do was very, very simple. Just sit here and be myself, including the attitude and everything, right? The jokes, the vulnerability is very simple. There's no script that I go off of. There's no pre-planned what we're going to talk about. There's nothing. I just, soul says, sit down, turn on the camera, and let whoever needs to hear you in this moment find you and be present. Do not hide. Be present. Allow. Allow the conversation to happen. Man, that was the hardest thing because for much of my life, vulnerability, I saw it as weakness. I saw it as weakness. Yeah. Um, for much of my life, people did not see any emotions outside of jovial, friendly, happy, funny, or you just fucked around, so you about to find out. Which the latter was very embarrassing for me, so that was very rare. And it's taken me quite a few years. It's taken me quite a few years to just be, to just be. Yeah. If you guys want to see the person that I was, I don't even know her anymore. My memories of her are fading. Go to YouTube. Look up Emmy Evolving, Rocking My Authenticity. This old ass video. I look like I want to shit myself. I look like I want to cry. I don't even have the same tonal quality to my voice. I can't even reproduce that. I don't know from where I was speaking outside of this concept of I was speaking from the root of my fear. Yeah, it's like high throat, low throat, like how am I enunciating? I don't know, but I just know I was speaking from the root of my fear, buried deep beneath the surface, and affected the way my voice sounded. It's much higher pitched, and not necessarily a baby voice, but a higher pitched tonal quality. Because why? Because there was a huge part of me that was choking myself to get these words out of fear. I'm going to sound stupid. What are people going to think? This and that. They're going to know I'm different. They're going to know I'm weird. Oh my God, they're going to know I'm weird. Newsflash. Even when I was pretending to be normal, everyone already knew I was weird. Ain't that some shit? I didn't say much all these years when we would go and, spend time with my husband's side of the family. I don't really speak. I don't really say much. It's not because I think I'm better. I'm just very socially awkward. And I just was like, I don't want to say or do anything that inadvertently offends people. So I'm just going to try and like keep quiet. If you engage me, I will talk. But will I offer information? Like, no. I will answer direct questions. I will be like, oh, that's lovely. So, what else did you do? Casual conversation. And even with that, I remember many, many, many years ago, and I thought I was playing normal so fucking good. Oh my God. It's like a cosplay character for me. Normal is a cosplay character for me, right? And I thought I was cosplaying the shit out of myself. Like, fuck yeah, girl. They don't know. Except one day, one of his cousins referred to me as a prophetess, and I stopped and I was like, why would you say that? Literally. Why would you say that? Scared the shit out of me. Like, oh my fucking God. What did I do? What did she see me do? Did I say something? Did I? She's like, just, you are. You just, you are. Yeah. Yeah. You think you're hiding the reality of your gravity, but you come across people throughout your lifetime who are able to see beyond this cosplay that you're doing, this cosplay of being normal. What the fuck is normal, anyways? What is that? What is that even supposed to mean? Right? What is that even supposed to mean? Normal? Well, what is that? See, this is my normal. My normal is so far removed from the neurotypical normal. It's so far removed from the neurotypical normal. And I'm still socially awkward. But I like to use my Piscean energy to make you feel comfortable around me while I remain uncomfortable around you. So fucking considerate. And I think many of us empaths are like that. That's why people think they can get away with all kind of really fucked off things that they say and do to us because we've really accustomed them, these random people in our lives, right? We've accustomed them to think that our highly accommodating, that it's normal. I remember when I was deep into my self-abnegation stage, um, there was this one gal. I've interacted with her a few times on live streams. And, I really like to make people feel comfortable, to create a space where people feel comfortable being themselves. And that's not fake. That's something that I just really like because I never feel comfortable being myself. I'm working on it. So I like to create an environment where people who can't speak up about feeling uncomfortable being themselves, they feel comfortable, right? So people be getting really comfortable with me. And that's okay. Most people are respectful, even if they get comfortable. But some people, when they get comfortable, the reality of who they are is no longer obscured. It's no longer hidden away. They think it's okay. Some people are just so fucking entitled. They're so fucking delulu in their entitlement. It's crazy. But at the same time, is it? So years ago, there was this person who I would interact with on live stream sometimes. I never brought them on the live stream, but I would interact with them in the comments, just like I do with everyone else. Um, I used to be much more interactive. I used to greet everyone as they hop on the screen, like, their screen name pops up like, hi, Matthew. Hi, Adriana. Hello, Artful Fodder. Hello, Meryl, Sheila, Evie, right? Just because, I want to acknowledge everyone. Well, this person took it as though we're besties or something. I don't know. You wouldn't even ask this of a bestie. Like, what the fuck? They just randomly messaged me one day, private messenger, and they're like, hey, I need to move. Like, I just don't want to be here anymore, or whatever it was they said. And they were like, yeah, it'd be cool if you gave me maybe like, I don't know, like $5,000. I think that should do it. That should cover the cost of me moving. What? What? And the way it was phrased is like, because we're cool, I'll let you help me. Yo, mama. It's like, what the fuck? What? Yeah. I was like, is $5,000 not a lot? I don't have a good relationship with money, so I'm like, I be Delulu with money. I'm not attached to it. I just, I don't worship money. I'm just like, whatever, So like sometimes I be Delulu. My husband says I don't understand the value of money. I don't. I don't. Um, like we were having a conversation earlier, and I was telling him like, after I pay off my son's car, I think I'm gonna get me and he totally matches my Delulu, right? I think he was playing along. I was like, I think I'm gonna just go out and get another car so that you and I could have like a little hoopty. So the hoopty that we were gonna have, if y'all don't know what a hoopty is, it's like your grocery getter. It's just this beat up car that, right? Our hoopty. I was like, I think I want a Cayenne. What? What? I want a Cayenne. And my husband goes, no, absolutely not. The maintenance on something like that is ridiculous. And I'm like, there's YouTube. He goes, no, you're not going to have me YouTube how to fix that. And I was like, I believe in you. And he's like, no, it's a Porsche. It's a Porsche. It's a Porsche SUV. It's a compact. What? You know what I'm saying? Like what? Anyways, so I told him there's YouTube. And he goes, that's so ridiculously expensive to maintain. I was like, I will buy you all the tools. And he goes, no, absolutely not. And I was like, what? It's not like we're buying it brand new. He goes, even worse. Even worse. You want to get it used? So I was like, oh, did you want brand new? He goes, yeah, at least I'll have warranty. I said, okay. Our hoopty will be brand new. I don't know how much they cost. I don't know. It's like 20,000. We should look that up. 2025 Porsche Cayenne hoopty. Oh Lord! $1,700. Well, okay, hold on. How much is Cadillac Escalade? Well, I mean, if we're gonna go there, I see this one is for 125,985. I mean, we're almost there. Almost there. And that's $125,985, which is far less than this gorgeous one at $154,540. So in actuality, we're saving $31,000 if we go for the Cadillac Escalade. What kind of seats does this have? Does it like heated seats and stuff? Because I need heat. Is the steering wheel heated? Is it like caviar leather? I like it with the quilting. Just something about that. You know what I'm saying? So now, now that we've had the convo about the Porsche, and he's like brand new, and we have the price, I can totally show him the 154,000 Cadillac Escalade and then slide in the 125,000. We've just saved $31,000. That's my relationship with money. that's my logic. Do I have that? I think that would be his job to figure out where that would come from. No. I mean, he's the head of the household. The head is the one that thinks. I just like direct him because I'm the neck. So he would have to figure that out. You know, just to me, that's logical. We saved $31,000. I did the math. I mean, we're gonna have to do without, like, I don't know what the difference. What is there, like a difference in trim or something? Is that what it is? Is there like a different trim? I don't even know what the trims are. They're both 2025. And I'm seriously looking at this now because, I mean, okay, so they have the luxury, the premium luxury, the sport, and the premium luxury platinum. What does this all mean? How much will I spend in gas? But I'm not tripping because he's the one that goes out and gets the gas. I'm a passenger princess. I don't even need to worry about that. He does all of that for me. And the last time I tried to convince him to consider the Cayenne as our hoopty, I said I was going to buy myself a car. And he goes, yeah, are you going to drive it? Because I don't drive. And I said, ew. What do you mean, am I going to drive it? Of course you're going to drive it. I'm going to sit in the front seat. What the fuck? What kind of question is that? You're going to ask me if I'm going to drive my car, but what are you going to do? Are you going to stay home? Because I don't want to go out by myself. And now that I'm repeating that conversation out loud, I mean, he did tell me years ago, I asked him if I've lost my marbles, and he said he met me without any, so I don't think he was joking. Now I'm kind of like, okay. I think he was being honest and accurate. Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. So whatever these demonic things are doing, just fuck them, to ignore them. Just ignore them. Ignore, right? Just ignore them all. Don't let them into your field. Don't let them upset you. Don't let them do any of that. Fuck them all. Seriously. Not literally, like metaphoric. Metaphoric, okay? You don't want demon babies. Going beyond normal. You have to stop just choosing the same thing over and over and over. Have you ever considered, if you keep repeating the same patterns with different people, that maybe it's not bad luck, but instead you're choosing the same person played by different people? Ooh. Damn. Meryl, why are you asking him what car he would choose? You know what is that kind of question? Girl. Do not ask him things like that, because what's going to happen is he's going to go shopping for a car. I don't have the attention span to actually go out and get the car. It's just like it's in my head, and then the conversation's done and the idea is gone. You ask him that, he actually can focus. Next thing you know, we'll have some type of BMW in the driveway, and I'm like, but I have to fix my teeth. I can't fix my teeth now. See, how much is that? BMW G80 M3. That sounds expensive. BMW. My fingers are shaking. G80 M3X Drive. Does it have to be brand new? Please, God. I fucking knew it. And then you're going to make me car sick driving this type of thing around. Does it come with manual or automatic transmission? You know he's going to choose manual if there's a fucking option. And then you know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen, Meryl? He's going to take me consistently to the windiest motherfucking roads. And I'm going to be like, I'm car sick. I'm car sick. Stop. Stop the car. I'm going to vomit. That's going to happen. Yep. So was it a lemon? See what I'm saying? KLJB says it's a lemon. Where are we getting the budget for this? Because I'm seeing them for nearly $100,000, sir. You do the math, okay? But then you can't complain about my Amazon issue. Okay? I don't want to hear anything about my supplements. I don't want to hear anything about my workout fucking accessories and equipment. Okay? I'm just saying. I know. Maybe I should just go to Mexico for my teeth. Because really, it's just my molars. I'm not made for human food. Oh, an M3. Okay. She's talking about an X3, and you're talking about an M3. How many letter difference is that? What does the letter difference mean? Don't. Conversation is done. Yeah, conversation is done. One final card, because this conversation has just gone off the rails. One final card. Let's see. Oh, guys, I can't go live tonight because demons. I fucking hate them, yo. I'm so sick of their shit. But I must be responsible. I'm not breached, but I got to take care of some stuff. Shit kind of popped off. But I will be live on Tuesday. I have to change the date to Tuesday because heaven fucking forbid. Michael, can you just do something about this? This is just so... All right, hold up. Lemurian. Okay, here. I'm going to change the date to Tuesday because heaven forbid. January 28th. I'll be live on Tuesday. Going up on a Tuesday. Okay. On a Tuesday, I will be live this Tuesday evening. I'll be live and I'll be doing some very special Lemurian activations as well as a heavy emphasis on Arcturian. This is for a reason, you guys. The energies that we're entering into, it's requiring heavy protection, heavy correction, and heavy facilitation of healing. So go check it out. The QR code is right there. The link is in the comments. For those of you who are on TikTok, just go to the link in my bio and you'll see it at the very top of my Hoobie page. Unless I'm lying to you, give me 1 second. Let me check what my Hoobie says. It is. It's there. It's there. Oh, let me change the date on my Hoobie. 27/28. Okay. 28. Oh, I'm just so sick of demons. I'm just telling you guys. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, I am. I'm sick of them. You have an Amazon issue too? I do as well. God. I'm just... I'm not sure if I'm going to only be on TikTok. Depends on the energy on Tuesday. I was planning to be across all platforms, including TikTok, YouTube, everything. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Depends on the energy. Hope you're okay, Matthew. It's been quite some time since you've been by. I'm sorry that you're having a fever. Wet a washcloth with cool water. Place it on your forehead or wrap it around your neck to cool the blood before it enters your brain. Your carotid and your jugular needs to be cooled. I personally abstain from fever reducers because I don't like to interrupt whatever it is my body is doing. So sometimes she get hot because she heated, because she fucking shit up. I'm like, fuck their asses up, body, with my high ass fever. And so, we just let her do whatever she's doing. Have some popsicles, drink a lot of fluid, and cool washcloth. You could put in a bowl, some water, and some alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, whatever ratio you want to do, and then you wring that out and you place it. I forget the exact formula, but when you add the alcohol in there, as it evaporates off of your skin, it actually facilitates an acceleration of temperature reduction. So it has to do with like metabolism and things like that. You're not eating it or drinking it, but yeah. Going up on a Tuesday. Oh, you guys know that song. Okay, here goes. Final card. Ooh, look at that. She looked like she got ideas. She's going car shopping. And she don't even drive. Just fucking ridiculous. I mean, I know how to drive. I have a license. I'm actually a really good driver. But anyways. Kalaratri. Kalaratri. Oh, no, y'all. She appears beneath the cloak of night, revealing the truths that must be known to set the heart free. She offers you an opportunity to engage in a profound and enduring transformation. This will lead to a powerful rebirth, free from even the most persistent patterns or pains of your past. That's what's happening right now. I'm sorry, I threw you. I threw her. I'm so sorry, girlfriend. You have a nice cloak. Love your headpiece. This will lead to a powerful rebirth, free from even the most persistent patterns or pains of your past. Your soul is in deep healing. Recovery can be painful, but that pain is temporary, and you will emerge renewed and released. In time, you will greet your rising destiny from an entirely new and improved inner foundation. You are blessed to experience a new life within this lifetime. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Like, all of this is just this thing of soul is confirming for those of you who are willing to accept the challenge, like challenge accepted. Um, your life is about to change in the most powerful, most amazing way. I'm talking about things flowing. I'm talking about you being able to create even more opportunity, you being able to create connections and all sorts of different things that you need to further all of this. I mean, y'all. The goddess Kalaratri appeared when a warrior violated the rules of law and violently assaulted enemy troops resting under cover of night. She appeared in terrible form, making sounds that expressed her honor at the suffering taking place. This is the weeping and wailing Black Madonna. No matter how people try to cover up what is happening, glossing over things with cleverly manipulative words, she is the truth, witness, and laid bare. We about to know some shit, you guys. Keep your eye on the Atlantic. I don't know why. For those who have been cajoled or coerced to deny their intuition and authentic experience, Kaliratri breaks through the crazy making, brings us into the truth of what is happening. See, this is so accurate. Oh my God. She brings a relief of truth even when it is difficult to bear. She breaks open toxic systems and reveals deceptive behaviors. See, I tell you guys, I was knowing some deception was happening. Someone was trying to siphon. No, motherfucker. Suck somewhere else. I stuck my big toe into their straw. They were trying to siphon my energy and my attention. And I said, you know what? Fuck that. She breaks open toxic systems and reveals deceptive behaviors. In unmasking the terror of what has happened or what is still happening, we become able to disconnect from sources of abuse so we can begin to heal the trauma. That which is not acknowledged can never heal, but is doomed to be repeated. The acknowledgement is not an intellectual understanding, but a bone deep agony of release. It is like pulling the thorn out of the lion's paw. It hurts, but is the way that leads to healing rather than the hurt that would come from trying to ignore the thorn and dealing with increasingly negative consequences. Ooh. Would you rather hurt from ignoring what needs to be healed or hurt as part of the healing process? Because no matter what, you're hurting, baby. I would rather hurt because the healing has been initiated. I'm saying, I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The name literally translates as Black Night, a time that is sacred and honored with celebration in the Hindu tradition. It's also an emanation of the goddess Kali herself. In that sense, Kali is our dark night of the soul. Ooh, ooh. If Kali is the dark night of your soul, that means you are being given the authority and the dominion over yourself, your energy, and your field to consume and transmute instantly the darkness and malignancies that people try and inject into your field. That type of power. That type of power. Mm, 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 mm. And then you have these people who are ascended, these people who claim to be this and claim to be that, present themselves as so advanced and yada, yada, yada. And they tell you, oh, stay away from Emmy because she's dark. Did I ever deny my shadow? Yes. During the period where I existed in a tremendously weakened state, I no longer deny her. The portion of me that Kali lives in is a portion of me that will fucking devour any darkness that tries to enter my life without my consent. Malignant darkness. So if you're scared of my shadow, that probably means you had your eye on attempting to dominate me, but now you realize, don't even try. I never understood why people would be scared of others. I'm not scared of other people. It don't matter how big you are. It don't matter how this, how that. I'm not intimidated by people. None of that. Why? I have no malicious intention towards you. I'm not competing with you. Why would I be intimidated by you? You're just existing. I'm just existing. And that's it. During this period, a lot will try to build even more for themselves. How will they do this? By convincing you to give your shoulder for them to stand on. Bitch, do you want a twisted ankle? Do you want a twisted ankle? You want your ankle rolled? I'll roll that shit for you. You want to stand on my shoulder? I'll twist your fucking ankle. I will just hold on to it while I turn away. That shit will twist. Because the people who try and do this, the people who try and stand on other people's shoulders because they think that they're slick with their words, they have the gift of articulation, of manipulation. You're unstable as fuck. Mm-hmm. 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 I'm saying. In the Hindu scriptures, she is known as a dark night of final dissolution, the formal and absolute ending of something that no longer needs to be. Something that no longer needs to be is being dissolved, and it's already begun. If you continue to adhere to the same logic, expectation, logic, expectation, and flow, you'll be dissolved too. Your sense of self will be dissolved. You'll go through an ego death. I can't say that's a bad thing, but it's definitely one hell of an experience. Do you need to go through that? Some people do. There's a gentler way you could go through that. I'll sing you a song about it. MICRO dose, MICRO microdose, microdose. I'm just saying. It's a song. Oh, shit. I'm just trying to be helpful. I am. Not enough for psychoactive anything, just enough for you to get your head out your ass and start seeing life with clarity. I'm saying. I'm saying the consistent attack on self with zero provocation. That proclivity must be corrected. You got to stop. Stop attacking yourself. I'm serious. I'm serious. I don't know where the accents come from. And half the time, I don't even know what accents are being projected from my mouth. Apparently, we were at the store one time, grocery shopping, and we were behind some lady, right? We were in line. We were behind some lady. And I don't know. I was just talking to my husband. The lady in front of us was paying. And my husband goes, stop. I was like, stop what? He goes, stop. Stop fucking copying the lady in front of us. She can hear you. What do you mean? He goes, stop copying the lady's accent in front of us. She can hear you. What accent are you talking about? I didn't fucking know. I didn't know. I just was talking and that's what came out my mouth. He goes, well, you didn't do it. I told him. This is one of the perks of being married to someone with unmedicated, raging ADHD. It just kind of happens. It's not malignant in nature. It wasn't intentional at all. At all. It just felt appropriate, and so it happened. He was so mad at me. And I swear I didn't know. I was just talking. Ooh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. So, final dissolution. She signifies there's no going back. You're not going to go back to normal. You're not. There's no more normal. What's happening right now is the normal, and it's going to continue to intensify and escalate. So it's up to you. Will it intensify and escalate in a healing way, or will it just like go to shit? I think it's going to poop right now already. So if you don't want it to go there, you take the wheel, just grab the wheel. You know what I'm saying? You need to. You need to. Whoever's in the driver's seat is just, they're fucking up. Get them out of the seat. Get them out of the seat. If you have long arms, I got kind of long arms. Kind of. Not always. It depends how far I have to reach. I'm not very tall, so. But you could easily like lean over, grab the handle to open the door. It just unlatches the door and lightly push, and you just, and then unbuckle them. The cars, unbuckle them, and then place the hand on the side of the face, not too far forward because you'll just turn the face. If it's further by the ear, you can then push them out. Push them out, and then take over driving. So, on the spiritual path, to go through a dark night is considered a protective and enveloping experience. It's true. It's true. Here, we can be held in a psychic container that allows us to dispense with all we've been working through or are holding on to. It's where we try to figure it out and just let it all go, similar to what happens during sleep, during a spiritual sleep of Kiki. We'll call her Kala. We drop the ego and intellect and allow for the divine reorganization and healing power of the sacred feminine to work its restorative magic. Energies are processed and cleared away. So that's why they're allowing Lilith to do what she's about to do. That's why. So even the dense, dark, malignant things that happen, they need to be cleared with Creator. I don't know if you guys know this. It has to be cleared with Creator. So that usually means there's an advanced knowledge of Creator itself, knowing the potentiality of this type of difficult event needing to occur. And Creator will allow these types of things to occur, not because it doesn't care. First and foremost, Creator is not human. We can't assign human emotions, human logic, and human perception to something as omnipotent, omnipresent, omni-intelligent, omni-powerful as Creator itself. So Creator will allow certain potentialities that are difficult for us humans to understand because it furthers our growth in some way. And if there was another way for you to grow without experiencing that difficulty, you're absolutely given the option to choose that. It's just we have a tendency to not. So we're not being punished, nor are we being forsaken. That's important to know. What up, newly awakened? I talked my husband into getting me a hoopty. A hoopty, boo, a hoopty. I can't talk about it anymore. Ask anyone who was present what the hoopty will be. But I'm not sure. I actually no. Actually, I think I got talked into getting him a car. What the fuck? I don't think that played out in the way I thought it would. That's where we ended, didn't we? He's choosing the hoopty. That's okay because we don't have a budget for any hoopty. He can get me some Jello though. Not pre-made. He has to make it for me. It's just, that's why you can't have anything nice. You can't focus long enough to fucking follow all the way through with material things. That's why you only get shit from Amazon because click, click, click. It arrives in a few days. You don't even fucking know what's in the boxes. You don't even know what's in the boxes. Boxes will arrive from Amazon. My husband will be like, hey, you got a package. I'm like, what is it? He goes, I don't know. You bought it. I don't fucking know either. Can you open it? Tell me what it is. Fuck if I know. But it sure ain't the price of a hoopty. What? What? On the spiritual path to go through a dark night. Okay, we read that. From her as a cosmic womb, we can then be recreated, reborn. The oracle brings a message of total change, of a need to let go of what has been so the new form can be established. We have to let go. For those of us, like on a serious level now, for those of us who are so afraid of what might happen, you guys, we're going to continue to exist. Humans are literally, we humans are cockroaches. They can't ever get rid of us. Should have never fucked around and found out. For those that created us and wanted to get rid of us, you should have never fucked around and find out. Now you can't get rid of us. We are going to continue to exist. There's probably going to be some ugly stuff, but it's like, think of what's happening as like a family reunion, right? We're all kind of coming together. We all know that we're about to come together for some family reunion this summer. We'll say this summer, right? We're coming together for some family reunion this summer, and we haven't connected in so long. So then, the crazy auntie, the crazy cousin, the crazy whoever, they're going to start shit. Because they need to start shit before the event so that we have something to do during the event. At the end of the day, we still all family. We're still all family. We all still got to bring a dish to the potluck. We all still got to do what we got to do. But yeah. So there's just some ugly stuff, and you already know one of the cousins, one of the aunties, one of the uncles, they're starting shit behind the scenes, and so you're feeling kind of nervous. You don't want to go, but you have to go. Just go, have fun. Just go, have fun. The last time I saw my relatives, I'm fucking yeah. So just so y'all know how genuine, authentic I am on these live streams. The last time I went and saw my relatives, my one cousin who she just like, I don't know, she can't help it. I don't know. She just always manages to like start some shit, but she's kind of just clueless, right? She's kind of just clueless. And we all kind of know this. Like she starts drama, but it's like nonsensical drama, and we've all kind of learned to not participate. And the last time I went and saw everyone, it was at a funeral. I don't know how to behave anywhere. So I saw her and I hadn't seen her for a long time. She wasn't starting drama. She had just come from work. She was just trying to be present during, family gathering for a funeral. And she sees me and she goes, "Ew, you like disappeared for hella years, acting like you're better than everyone." Right? And she was like saying it out of love. That's kind of like her way of saying, like, she's missed me. She's wondering how we're doing. And so I spoke her language by responding, "Girl, your lash tech never told you to brush the fucking shit out of your lashes? They go in all directions. You need a fill. And do you have a spoolie? I'll brush that shit for you. Do you even wash your lashes? People like you shouldn't be wearing lash extensions. Your eyelashes are fucked up. Girl, don't even look in my direction because I can't with you right now. I can't even hear what you're saying because I'm looking at your lashes. Did you like rub your eyes or something? They're all fucked. Hold on. Hold still. Close your eyes. I'll straighten. I'll straighten them out." And she swats my hand. I'm like, "I'm looking out for you. I'm looking out for you because we family." She goes, "Ew, girl." And all the other cousins were like, she right though." It's all twisted. I'm like, "Girl, you don't know, you break your lashes like that. Your natural lashes, they're gonna break if you let it twist. Like that look fucked up. You're representing all of us with some fucked up lashes. How long they been like this? You go to work like this?" She got it from shit. Oh, she kept like, "That's what the fuck you get. Don't start shit with me. I ain't even been around for how many years. Don't fucking start shit with me." You thought, huh? You thought. Okay, girl. Okay. I need to wash them lashes. You got Demodex up in that shit. Hmm. Girl. And now I feel kind of bad because she is kind of slow. You know what I'm saying? Now, she wasn't going to come back with any. There was going to be no comeback. And I just kept right on going. "I'll take you all the way, babe. You run out of gas, hop in my car. I'll take us both all the fucking way." So y'all need to start letting go of whatever it is that you're holding on to. Don't be scared to go to that family reunion. Don't be scared. Don't avoid. Don't do any of that. Go have fun. I already knew she was going to start some shit with me. So I let her. And then I finished it. Fatality. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And won't you believe I had a spoolie in my purse? Like, don't get eyelash extensions if you're not going to maintain that. I'm telling y'all, that's the fastest way to lose me as a human being that is traveling with you in life. Don't. Don't ever let me see that. That's just no, no, no. Don't do that. I'm serious. I'm serious. If you're going to go out with them, like, no, why do that? Save all that money on lash extensions, go buy a purse or shoes or something. Like, I don't know, go get like a table at a bar. Well, I don't even know how that works, but spend it somewhere else is what I'm saying. Don't save all that money, spend it, blow it somewhere else. Cause that's like, no, that's so fucking offensive to my soul. Oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all. I know. Can't you feel that? It's like slowly ripping your neck. Okay. Focus. Uh, let go of what has been so that a new form can be established. You will not know what the new form is going to look like, just as you do not know what you will dream of before you go to sleep, nor in what state you will awaken the following morning. As you enter into the spiritual sleep, you cannot know all that will happen. Yet this is Kali, so we can trust. Sleep only comes when we let go. So too, this deep and restorative spiritual surrender can only happen when we are willing to let go of our attachment to what has been. This form of the goddess is said to ward off dark entities, ghosts, or spirits, and negative energies as they all flee upon her arrival. The sanctuary of night and all it entails, such as coming face to face with our fears and through that releasing them, is a temple for healing with a goddess. So the many gifts of Kaliratri include increased fearlessness and freedom. The oracle guides you to trust in her protection and her promise that under her guiding hand, you shall become all you're destined to be. So everything that needs to happen is going to happen for you, but you need to make sure. You need to make sure that you let go of what needs to be let go of. Life is already trying to take it out of your hand. Life is already trying. Okay. Here, I'll show you. It's card number 32, Kaliratra. Kalarartri. I mean, yeah, it was close enough. It was close enough. It's card number 32. So if you have this deck, definitely put that as a reminder. Quick reminder for everyone else. I was supposed to go live tonight to do expedites. Clearly can't do that because fucking demons. Yeah. Go ahead and click on that QR code, the link in the comment, or you can click on the link in my bio on TikTok. I have to check first what's happening with Mi Familia, make sure everyone is fine. If I need to make dinner or whatever. And I might be able to go live on TikTok for an hour, 90 minutes or so, and do scans tonight just because it's Sunday and I'm sick and tired of demonic shit making me miss my Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday schedule. So I might go live on TikTok later, do some free bioscans, just bioscans. But if you'd like me to do more advanced work, click on this QR code, the link in the comment, or go to my bio on TikTok and look for the same image. It's a Lemurian special event. We're needing to celebrate the changes that are happening. We need to find reasons to be happy. We need to find inspiration to allow the furtherance of our healing, all this wonderful, wonderful potential. Do not pass up the potentiality, the beneficial potentiality, just because you're afraid, just because there might be some inconvenience, hardship, or adversity. You'll never grow your muscle just going to the gym and doing what is easy. If you truly, truly want growth, you have to do the difficult stuff. You have to be willing. You have to. If not, you know what happens? Nothing. Nothing happens. Nothing at all. No growth, no movement, no healing, no nothing. face what we are about to face head on. That's the most efficient and safest way to get through this period. Do not turn away from it. Do not pretend it's not happening to you. Whatever it is, face it head on. Find the courage and then bulldoze through that shit. Nothing keeps you from your destiny. Not people, not beings, not energy, not nothing. Give yourself permission and see how your life changes. So I might see you guys in a little bit on TikTok. I'm not sure. I just realized I haven't eaten today. We shall see. I might come back on. So come back to TikTok. Come back to TikTok. I'll be live on Tuesday doing the Lemurian special event. And, go through that, see if you like anything there. And if you do, then get it and I'll